Hey there everybody, welcome to another episode of Gideon's Tactical. Today we are doing some field testing out here in the Blade boot camp of the SOG Recon Bowie 2.0. We're going to start kind of backwards today, look at the sheath, give you the overall specs, and then we'll jump in the field testing. Comes with a nice leather sheath. This is one of the better leather sheaths from SOG and one of the better leather sheaths on the market. Now I don't prefer leather sheaths, I either prefer really nice nylon ones or Kydex, but it's not bad for a leather sheath. You got double stitching all the way along, which is nice, stamped in. SOG there, very large belt loop. They'll go over any tactical belt very easily. You know, rivets along the back, more stitching, drainage hole as well as a lanyard hole down there with another rivet so that you can put paracord through it for a leg lashing. Then it has this really nice strong button with a loop over the guard, which is really nice. You pop that off, pull the blade out, so there's the sheath. Nothing really fancy. Then here's the blade. Boom. The Recon Bowie 2.0. Sweet blade. Give you a little bit of history really quick about this knife. SOG stands for Special Observation Group, which was a group in the military during Vietnam that obviously went behind enemy lines, spied, observed, in special areas for the U.S. military, and they had to sanitize all of their gear. They couldn't have anything that was labeled U.S. or known to be made by the U.S. government because they were behind enemy lines, so they had to sanitize everything. So they had a knife designed for them, made in Japan, and was shipped over to them. This is the Recon version. They had two different ones. They just had a normal Bowie, which we'll also be doing a review on shortly. And then they had the Recon Bowie, which is a little bit bigger. This is an exact replica of that, picked up by SOG. That's how SOG got their name. That's how they started back in 1986, the knife company SOG. They took it from the SOG Operations Group, Special Operations Group. Special Observation Group, back in the 60s in Vietnam. So this is an exact replica. They just, basically gave it some newer materials, better steels, and you're actually getting a really great knife here. So I'll give you the basic specs. You got a full tang knife made out of AUS 8 steel, Rockwell hardness 57 to 58. SOG does an amazing heat treatment on their AUS 8. I love their AUS 8. Does a great job regardless if it's fixed blades or folders. They just do an awesome job with that type of steel. It's going to hold up well. It is a stainless, so it's not going to rust as much, and another reason why it's great, particularly in that kind of humid environments. It's going to do a good job and last a little bit longer than, say, 1095 or something like that. Full tang, like I said, you can see there's the bolt back there for the tang. You got a nice pommel back there, lanyard hole, which is pretty sweet, craton handles. Feel very comfortable, got good checkering. I love those little white lines there, just give it kind of a little pop. Love that. Good grooving along the back there for your hand. Awesome steel hand guard there, so you're not riding up. We'll test that out, see how that performs. 2.4 inches thick, guys. This is just a hair under a quarter-inch thick, or 2.5. So, it's basically a quarter-inch slab of steel at the back, and then goes all the way through. So that is awesome. It's very tough, very durable. Got a nice blank spot there for a finger choil. We're going to test that out as well. Unsharpened swedge along the whole back of the spine into a great tip. Reinforce all the way through that center area right there. A little bit of belly, but definitely a really strong, durable tip that'll stab and penetrate and pry really well. You don't have to worry about breaking or chipping that tip. I believe it is a hollow grind. I've been playing with it, trying to figure it out. It's either extremely shallow hollow grind, or it's a flat grind or a saber grind. I can't quite figure out the grind angle on this, but it is amazing, razor sharp out of the box, and does a great job. This is the tinny finish. You can see there we've already beat on it a bunch, and that tinny finish is holding up really, really well. I love that about the knife. The overall from the guard to the tip is 6.75 inches long. The actual cutting edge is 6 inches. So you got that about an inch, 3/4 of an inch blank spot right there. So you got 6-inch blade actual cutting surface, 7 inches overall. And it weighs in, I believe, if I remember correctly, at 11.5 ounces. Which is a great carry weight for a larger knife. You're going to get some weight behind it if you're doing some chopping, and it's just really well balanced, feels great in your hand, very comfortable to use, and just a blast to use. So let's go ahead and get out there, start beating on this thing, and see how it performs. Nice. Well, I gotta tell you guys, this SOG Recon Bowie 2.0, you know, it's 2.4 inches thick, so just a hair under a quarter. It's basically a 1/4 inch thick. It is awesome with that grind. You got plenty of blade length to be able to span wood, and you can baton through some pretty good stuff there. We had a couple knots in there. Let's see here. Yeah, knot down there at the bottom. You can definitely make some kindling, split some wood with your Recon Bowie 2.0. I mean, this thing is awesome when it comes to batoning. And what's great about this Bowie, Recon Bowie 2.0, is that that guard works so well in a thrusting capacity. When I'm holding it and I'm locked in like that, I have no worries that I'm accidentally going to slide up. You know, if I'm sticking some guy in the gut or whatever, you know, I'm not going to worry about coming up on the blade and hurting myself. This guard works so well, and this thing is penetrating really nicely. Very easy to do a thrust like you see me doing. Oh yeah. Not even thinking about it, and this Recon Bowie 2.0 is just going right through this 1-ton rated paracord. Super thick, nice paracord. This Bowie's going right through it. Super nice. Loving that. You know, one of the great things about this Recon Bowie 2.0 that I wasn't expecting is that I thought as soon as I bought this knife, I was like, man, this guard's going to get in the way. You're not going to be able to do your detail work. It's going to suck. You know, this is definitely an old school, you know, K-bar, you know, fighting knife type of thing. It's just not going to be very comfortable to use wilderness and, you know, carving stuff or whatever. But what I found is they did an awesome job giving you this big blank spot right here, kind of used as a finger choil. And when you do that, you can get right up over that guard, and they brought that guard down just a little bit, and you can put your thumb really nice and firm right there, and then you can get your push cuts going, and you can get that feathering that you see here on the log easily without too much trouble at all. And you can just get really good control over the knife that I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting to be able to do that, and I really dig the ability to be able to kind of basically use a finger choil, get over that guard, and start doing my detail work. I really like that about the Recon Bowie 2.0. Well, everybody, in conclusion, if you were to ask me, is it worth buying a Recon Bowie 2.0? Absolutely. I was extremely impressed with this field testing of this knife. Held up very well, split wood well, chopped well, feathered well, stabbed well, built extremely well. Just lots of wells there. I mean, this thing is an amazing and just a pleasure to use. It's just fun to use. This Recon Bowie 2.0 is a blast. So I would highly recommend it if you want this type of design, you like what you see, or even just the normal Bowie, the SOG normal Bowie, I believe is about 1/4 or 1/2 inch shorter. We'll be doing a review on that one really quick because this one blew me away. I got this at a great price. So I'm going to pick up just the normal, not the 2.0 Recon, just the normal Bowie as well. We'll do a review on that coming up very shortly. But I really dug using this Recon Bowie 2.0 by SOG. Highly recommended here at Gideon's Tactical. Thanks everybody for watching. Stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.